All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Jim Kukrow from the Author Marketing Institute, and we've got a special treat on the call today. We are talking with Stephen Spots, the president of Bookbaby.com. Stephen, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great, Jim. How are you?
It's great to have you. I'm doing great. It's great to have you here because I'm a big fan of Bookbaby. Author Marketing Institute is also a big fan of what Bookbaby.com is
Yeah,
doing.
we've been a good partner. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I wanted to get you on and just talk a little bit about what's going on at BookBaby and learn a little bit more about you and your background and what's happening with the industry. So why don't we start there? Can you
Sure.
tell people how you got involved with BookBaby.com and what your background is?
Certainly. Well, I took a long and winding road to get to this job, which frankly kind of mirrors a lot of the people who are coming to BookBaby and discovering self-publishing. They come from many different angles. I come from an angle that many years ago I was a journalist. I actually started when I was 14 years old, being paid by the word to pound out Little League games for weekly newspapers, and that got me very verbose for one thing, but also very, it gave me the interest in journalism that I followed for a while. Went through journalism school, decided it really wasn't for me, and I got involved with direct marketing. And that's kind of how I have then, 25 years later, actually came over to be involved with BookBaby because we are a direct marketing company. We appeal. We don't go through channels. We have a regular database that we contact and build our database through giving away guides and discounts and things like that. So at heart, we are a direct marketing company, but it sort of blends my interest in marketing and in writing and in journalism all together to a very feel-good type of company. I mean, we're literally helping thousands of authors realize their dreams and hopes of self-publishing, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, there's so many things I love about BookBaby, which is one of the reasons that we do a partnership with you guys at Author Marketing Institute. And we'll talk about a lot of those reasons, but specifically, at the end of the day, we're in the business of helping authors, and
Yep.
in a time when I always say we're kind of in the early maturing years of the self-publishing business. You have a lot of businesses out there that are in the business of just trying to make money from you and not help you legitimately by
Yeah.
offering legitimate products and services, and that's where we align, and that's why I think good partnership.
I agree with you, and that is why we've wanted to align ourselves with you because you do have the same philosophy. We try to sell products and services to authors that they need and nothing that they don't need. I mean, our personal stance on this is if we can't guarantee something 100%, we're not going to sell it. It's just that simple. And there are a lot of products and services out there that are by necessity. You can't guarantee a marketing campaign per se, or you can't guarantee an editing job is going to do the work. So what we do, what our part of the self-publishing art industry is really helping get from manuscript to the marketplace, and those things we guarantee 100%. We feel good doing that.
Well, you should, because you have a good service. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now, and then we will, if I can find the screen where the website is, because I have the wrong screen up. Okay, let me try that again. Of course, the window disappeared on me, and nothing like technology
Yes, indeed.
to make things. Let's try that
Which
one more.
which is actually a nice segue in this is kind of one of the reasons why we're even here. Authors for the most part have rely on us to do a lot of the technology heavy lifting. One thing about BookBaby that I think is nice as a company, and it also really goes throughout some of our other brands. We've been in the music business for a long time and then got into the publishing business, but we listen to our customers very carefully. We watch how they interact with our websites. We watch how they, and listen to how they interact with their customer service people. And we are not afraid to make changes, even radical changes to our program if need be. And one of the things we tried in 2014 is to say, well, let's try some tiered offerings. Let's do some very low cost things, or let's do some middle of the road, and then let's have a premium level thing. Well, what we discovered is, number one, people really want our hand holding, which is what our service is really all about. People come to BookBaby when they either don't have the time or they're really not interested in doing a lot of the the technical heavy lifting. I keep calling it that. The other thing is that we were trying to differentiate our levels of service between somebody giving us a fully formatted book at one level and it's kind of free, and then $99 a basic service, and then $299 our premium service. At the end of the day, we were giving the full service to everybody. We don't know how to not give customer service.
And that's good, and that's the sign of a really good company. So we're looking at the website now.
Yeah.
I love this line down here: self-publishing doesn't mean going it alone. And it's just you said it perfectly, which is there's a lot of people who want to get into the self-publishing business, but just don't want to do all those things that they just don't want to do. I mean, it's just the fact of life. Somebody wrote a book on romance or vampires or artwork or Renaissance or whatever, and they're just like, you know what? I don't want to figure out where to find a conversion for my book. I don't want to figure out how to distribute it. I don't want to deal with that. I just wanted to write the book. Now, in some ways that's good, in some ways that's bad, but you guys offer a service here at Bookbaby that allows people to take that hands off. And right now the current price is $199, correct?
That's correct. It's $199, and then that price is good. It's an introductory price. It's good through the middle of February, and then it will go up to $299. We'll be doing some discounts and some coupons throughout the year. If you layer it in with some of our other services, such as printed books or our new print-on-demand service, you can get it at the $199 price. We like to think that along the way, while we're doing this, doing the hard conversions and things like that, we're also teaching people about the business. They can call us. We've got 2 call centers, one in Portland, Oregon, one outside just of Philadelphia, and they're staffed with people who are just like the ones who that you're talking to on the phone. I mean, a lot of them have done their own books. A lot of them have been in the publishing industry. They really understand the needs of the authors, and they're great to just bounce ideas off. And again, now that we're to a paid service, frankly, we can quote unquote afford this time, and our authors make use of it. And these turn into great conversations that really, it's not just about the whole project sometimes. It's about, hey, how can I publicize this? What about my metadata? How about keywords? I mean, they really get into full-ranging discussion. I never look at phone metrics. I don't care how long we're on the phone. Sometimes I think the longer we're on the phone, the happier our customer is going to be.
I love the fact that people can pick up the phone and call you. I mean, come on. I mean, in the world we live in nowadays, when you're offering a service, you don't have a phone number, you can actually talk to somebody. I mean, that's just, especially when you're charging for it. So that's just a great. So let's talk about some of the specific benefits. As I mentioned, it's the reason that I like Bookbaby is because it's for the people who just don't want to find the time and just get it done themselves. And you guys offer a bunch of different services. So let's talk about the basic service that you have that people can sign up for. And before you do that, I want to make sure that everybody understands this. Bookbaby is not like a publisher or another company that takes a cut of your book or owns any of the rights of your book. They're a service provider. They're not going to own your book, and they're not going to take a cut of your future sales down the road. They're going to help you get your book up there.
That's a really great point. In fact, I was with a whole room full of lawyers recently, and they were talking about, well, we need to look at our Bookbaby terms of service and all this. I said, you know what? If I had my way, I would define our terms of service with 2 sentences. Bookbaby owns nothing. Author owns all the rights and everything. The end. And basically, that's what our terms of service really does say, but in 10,000 well-chosen words by our lawyers. But you're right. We are not a traditional publisher. We help people get into the marketplace, and then we do the technology for them. We do the advising to help them in terms of promotion, to give them tools, including a membership to your site, among other promo tools. And then we also their accountant, and we collect the money from them from the over 100 outlets or catalogs or distributors that we go through. And you're right, we don't take a cut. A payment comes into us on a Wednesday afternoon, say from Amazon or Barnes & Noble. That money is in our authors' accounts by the following Monday morning. They're available to withdraw or to send directly to their bank accounts. We don't hold on to their money.
So let's talk specifically about what you get for the $199 or soon-to-be $299 package, and then we'll talk about the other services that you have. So for the $199 package you have right now that's available, if you're watching this later, it might be $299. Maybe you can email Steve and ask him for an early bird. I don't know if you'll get it.
I think I think you have a very good chance of it. Yes, as a matter of fact. No, so again, we do talk about an internal mantra here is we sell services that authors need and nothing they don't need, and it really starts with the ebook package. So most authors need a conversion of their original manuscript files. It's usually a Word document, it's a PDF, maybe it's InDesign. We've even taken files that are like some guy has written a book all in Excel, believe it or not, and we converted it for them. Pages or text. So we do that conversion work, which is an art form. There are a lot of free software solutions out to do a conversion from a Word document to into what's called EPUB, which is one of the two formats in the ebook world. But frankly, it's really an art form, as I say. It's not a scientific thing. You can just literally run through some mill and hope that the ebook is going to turn out. We look at each ebook that is brought back in from our conversion partners. We inspect it. We give a proof to a customer. The customer can approve it. They can send it back to us. Oh no, it looks like we need a little bit more formatting help. That takes place within 10 to 14 days. I mean, we typically take a lot of time to inspect it, make sure the files are looking good. We're not going to be happy if the author isn't happy once they have their friends look at their book, and buy it in Amazon if it's formatted badly. I mean, we take great amount of time and effort to make sure that the files are beautiful. Then once the proof is approved, a customer may have elected to purchase a cover design from us. That's not included in the $199 package, but we do offer that. They could buy their ISBN numbers from us, the identifying numbers, if you will, for the ebook world, or they can supply their own. But the next step is to get it out into distribution. And we are currently, with our ebooks, we're in about 65 different stores or catalogs around the world. All the majors, everybody knows about Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, iBooks, people like that, of course, you would just assume, but also in many, many stores that you may not assume. Some of the local marketplaces, especially in Europe, Amazon is not the dominant player there. It's Gardner's in the UK, for instance. It's some other bookstores in Germany that we give access to, and that's part of the distribution. As we add new stores, in fact, we're working on, knock on wood, on an arrangement possibly to be going into China in the second or third quarter. We don't charge any more people. We just announce to people saying, hey, guess what? Your book can be in China. You want in? Great. We'll send you into China. So we're constantly adding more stores to our distribution lineup. And people like the fact that they're getting into niche stores, international stores. I mean, Amazon is a wonderful thing. But one of the things we tell people who are checking us out, saying, look, if you go just to Amazon, you are probably losing out on at least 50% of your buying audience. The 3.5 years we've been in business for Bookbaby, we've looked at all of our sales results, and about 51% of all the book sales have come through Amazon, and 49% have come from all the other stores like Barnes & Noble and Kobo and Copia and on down the list that we offer. So we're giving them a full range of not just being in Amazon, but you're in 64 stores additionally, and that's where you're really going to maximize it. So
let me ask a question.
Yes.
So just to make this clear to people, if they subscribe with you guys, you're submitting the finished manuscript that you made to all 64 of those places for them. Right?
That's correct. We inform them once the proof is approved and they say, yep, looks great, go for it. Then we send it out immediately out to the Amazons, the Barnes & Noble. Some stores you're in within a matter of hours. Some stores it takes a week or so because they may have a small, it's a smaller store. They don't automatically pick up all the files sent over to them all at once. But really within hours you're in Amazon and iBooks once that proof is approved.
But boy, the rest of these, I didn't even know about a lot of these, Steve. I mean, but you're right. I mean, it makes sense to be. I need to research and look into some of these other ones because I had no idea. And I tell you what, though, I have uploaded a book to iBooks before.
Yes.
It is a big pain in my you-know-what, and
yeah.
It seems like I'd rather pay somebody to do it for me, believe me.
Well, we've been doing this for a lot longer than the ebook world has been. I mean, our sister company is CD Baby, hence the baby moniker. They've been best friends with Amazon and Apple for years before anybody even thought of an ebook. So file distribution is really in our DNA. We've been doing this for like 15 years now, at the advent of iTunes and all that, and sending books out to a different location is really it's a different form of excited electrons, and we're pretty darn good at it.
Yeah. So here's a really nice point to make down here is you're getting paid weekly, so that you're uploading the book for them. Again, you're not taking a cut, and you set your pay point, and you guys are going to deliver a payment to you every the following Monday every week.
That's right, and so it's a timing thing. So if you're selling a book today, in February, Amazon is not going to give us a check for part of your sales probably till about April or so. It's a 65 or a 75 to 90-day window typically, depending upon the cycle of when your book is purchased. But again, being from the music business, our roots, there's a reason they say starving musician, because they need their money quickly. So we've always had it in our business practice to turn around, get money right back to the content creator, as it were, our author or musician.
All right, so you've got that service, which is the basic service, which is worth it. And then you've got other services as well. So let's go talk about the other things that you guys can do. Obviously, book cover design as well.
It is. So it's funny. We've been doing, again, back to our music heritage. We've been, we create CDs and DVDs for musicians all around the world and have for many years. And one of our services on the music side has been creating CD and DVD covers. And we think we've done a very good job of that. We have a measurement in-house saying, of the times that we design a cover for a client, how many times, out of 100, how many times does the client just say, "Oh, you nailed it from the first time," and they accept it? Well, our take rate is what we call it, is about 85% on the music side. The other 15%, we do a second proof. We kind of work with them. So when we started Bookbaby, we said, okay, well, we need to get this expertise as well. So we hired some book designers, some pros to come in and teach our staff how to do books. And it's a completely different type of medium. You've got different things to emphasize and colors. And so after a couple of weeks, of training, they did a bunch of samples. And so, all right, so we turned it loose. We thought, okay, if we do 85% of the music business, let's hope for maybe 75% until we learn this and we get better. From the first week we started doing this, our take rate has been over 90%. So we ask a lot of questions of the clients. They submit ideas to us in clip art and colors, and they describe the book, and we have this questionnaire. It's just a formula. They give us this information. Within 3 days, they see their first book proof. And as I say, 9 out of 10 of them just say, "Oh my God, you nailed it. I love it. No changes." And the other 10%, we work with them and go back and forth and do as many proofs as are needed.
Great. So you've got that service, which is a good service. You've also got design services for the interior book design and formatting.
That's right. That's for our printed book mostly. And we're thinking about doing some work on the interior of ebooks. As I say, with EPUB and Mobi, the other format, it's still a bit of an art form to get that to render well over all the thousands of different devices and screen sizes there are out there. But there's an opportunity, I think, there someday.
Well, I tell you what, I've formatted books for print on demand before, and that is a big pain in the butt as well.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about book promo.
Sure.
Another service that they can help with.
Absolutely. So, once again, when I was talking about our company mantra, if we can't guarantee it, we're not going to sell it. So we were looking at offering marketing services to folks and getting involved in that and getting downstream, as it were, at post book publishing. And the more we looked at, we realized, what? Number one, this is not our core business. Our business is really facilitating and distributing and doing things like that. And number two, we didn't feel like charging a service where we could not absolutely ironclad 100% guarantee the results. So we create a book promo, and we do something very simple. We give it away. Everybody who buys a package through Bookbaby, ebook, our print-on-demand service, and there are things we have negotiated with partners and opportunities from free reviews and discoverability listings on places like Goodreads, and again, our with you folks, your membership in your club, and it's been a tremendous value to our authors. They absolutely love it, and they realize they're going to have to do the work, they're going to have to put the effort in, But those who invest the time in just using these tools, I mean, there's 1,000 different ways you can market your book. But frankly, if you just sit down and go down the list of everything that is in book promo and spend a real dedicated 20, 30 hours on this, you're going to get farther ahead, we think, in your book promotion than really doing anything else.
Yeah, and as I know, and you know, that's a huge part of this whole process. So it's nice that you offer a totally free piece for all of your customers to come in and get help with that book promotion piece. You also have, tell me a little bit about the bookshop.
So Bookshop is something that we're continuing to iterate. So direct-to-reader commerce is something that is growing in importance for every author. I mean, really, it was brought about by some publishers that we work with and some groups we work with would say, hey, we'd like to be able to sell or give away our books, but we really don't have an interface to do that. Can you guys help us develop this? So that was kind of the root behind us creating this, and now it is a full-fledged selling page. It's something that authors, if they're able to really leverage their platform and drive customers to buy from Bookshop versus going to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, it's the same product, but authors will actually make a lot more money. So let's just take Amazon, for instance. If you're within a pricing band, you will probably make 70% of what, if you're selling a book for $10, you'll make $7. You'll make some book through Bookshop, you would make $8.50. Bookbaby takes 15% as a selling expense for this shop. We have the credit card transactions and things like that, but we return to the authors 85% of their gross selling price. So the authors who are able to get people to their website, to their Facebook page where you can link through to any of their properties, through their newsletters, to have them buy through Bookshop. It's the same kind of situation where ebooks are, you can upload your ebooks into your devices directly through Bookshop, and it can give authors, the most they could possibly make for these efforts.
That's
Coming
great.
up soon, by the end of this year, we'll be wiring up so that if authors are also buying printed books through us, they'll be able to sell them also through these pages in our new print-on-demand program.
That's really neat. I didn't even know about that service. I'm learning more about Bookbaby today. So obviously you offer book editing services as well, and scanning services, and press releases, and you've got a lot of different services available here on the website. And everyone just go to the website and check those out. Are there any specific ones we missed that you wanted to cover?
Not really. It's just that these are the core things that really almost every author either has to look at and consider. Editing would be one that I think is the most important. And we have a partner in this, for First Editing, who we send a lot of clients to, and they send clients that come back to us. But whether it's through First Editing or the hundreds of other opportunities to get your book edited, if there's one piece of advice I give to every author, and I did it myself when I published my book last September, go through the very necessary time, effort, and expense of having your book professionally edited. There's just nothing like that as a stamp to mark your book as being superior quality, worthy of sitting on the virtual or real bookshelves right alongside of bestsellers.
Oh, absolutely. That is the thing you have to spend the most money on. If you cheap on that, then it's not going to work out well for you in the end, because people aren't going to review your book well, and they're not going to share it, and that's definitely amazing.
That's right. Your mother-in-law's credentials as a former high school English teacher does not make her a qualified book editor. No matter the fact you may not be invited to the dinners anymore, you just have to say no.
So I guess what we're trying to say here is that you guys have really everything for the author who wants to just let somebody else help you get it done. From everything from the covers to the editing to helping with promotion advice. I mean, this is truly a comprehensive offer, and I guess it's just a matter of what do you want Bookbaby to help you with, right? I mean, you don't have to do everything. You could just choose things, right?
You can absolutely. It's a la carte. We encourage people, especially now with our new print-on-demand service, that somebody who has, say, a page or so, they can get a full ebook service. They can get 25 book, and then they can get our new print-on-demand service that just debuted about a week ago that puts them in 60 plus, other catalogs and other distributors. Basically, any place that sells a book on this planet, their books are in the catalogs that are available to those bookshop owners. So you can get all three of those: ebooks, printed books, 25 of them just for signings, and then your files in our print-on-demand network for under $600. Everything, you know,
They're really
and we think that's one of the, if an author wants to come in to say, look, what do we need? This would be what we would recommend.
well. Look, let's be truthful about this. There are places you can go and find this and mix and match and get it all done from different people, right?
Yes.
The difference is things like customer service. You guys are an actual company you can call on the phone, not somebody you got for a $5 gig online someplace from somebody on the other side of the world, right?
That's right.
You know,
Exactly.
and then, of course, the 100% satisfaction guarantee. And everyone says, everyone puts this on their website, but I put this on the businesses I create as well, and I stand behind it. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think this is more important than most people realize.
Again, I'm going to have to harken back to our musical roots. I mean, if you Google the name CD Baby, Disc Makers, Reputation, all of our brands, we're known as the white hat guys in industries that are, excuse me, dominated by a lot of people with black hats. We feel very passionate about supporting the community of independent first musicians and now independent authors. There are horror stories that we hear about every day of being sold packages of this or vanity press that. So we take this very, very seriously, and all the if a customer has an issue, if they have a complaint, I usually I hear about it. I check in personally on these kinds of things. We make it right. There's nothing we do nothing less than that. We make it right for the customer, whatever they want.
And that's why we're working together, because we share the exact same philosophy in terms of our customers. It's either going to be done right, or we're going to fix it for you, and
Yep.
that's end of discussion. So,
And not every project goes perfectly, and we acknowledge that. We're all human beings, but we are human beings, and we're here to help.
we are here to help. So let's wrap it up, because I think we've covered a lot of what you guys are offering here. Again, this is a good service. It's something that's maybe not for everybody. If you are somebody who really likes to do this stuff hands-on by yourself, and you have the time, then you should try and do it yourself. But there's a lot of people who just say, you know what, I want to just hand this to somebody who can do it for me and do it right, and then I don't feel like I'm going to get ripped off from it. And that's what Bookbaby is. So I want to thank you for your time. It was very important to learn about what you guys are doing, and I think that everybody needs to spend more time checking out the site and get on that offer before.
That's right.
Or that's, I hate to do that salesy thing, right? Get on that offer before.
Limited time offer. That's right. Yes.
But maybe Steve will hook you up or something. So Steve, thanks very much for your time.
Jim, thank you. Appreciate it very much.
All right. Well, this has been Jim Kukro from the AuthorMarketingInstitute.com. Hope you guys enjoyed today's special video that we put together. Go check out Bookbaby.com. It's a good website, and we recommend it here at Author Marketing Institute. It's one of our white hat lists of providers that we trust. So if you trust us, you should trust them. All right, everybody. Have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world or wherever you're watching this, and we'll see you at the next time. Bye-bye.